Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a new Tuesday event we're going to be doing for a little while. Welcome to Tabula Raksasha. It is a lost memory themed series of one-shots in which a new party every week wakes up without any memory of where they are. And our players will be exploring via RP and, incessant questions, who and what they are, and we'll see how it goes. I hope everybody is doing well out in the chat. We got several people out there. Hello. Also, I would like to take a moment to thank our players. Hello, players. Hello. How are you all doing today?
Pretty snazzy.
Good. So, here's the deal. Contribute to the chaos. I need to take that one off. We're gonna have different types of audience participation for this game. For now, though, I would just like everybody in the chat who has been following us for shenanigans and things will know that you can donate to our stream via Streamlabs, which is the link that I just put in chat. You can go there, or just below our video, you can find the link. And if you would like to help support our show, and if you like what you watched tonight, you can donate during stream. And if you tip during stream, you're gonna get some fun little bonusy things to help out our players. I'm thinking of calling everybody involved in this game super sleuths. But you're gonna help everybody kind of tease out information about their characters. And tonight, for now, we're going to test this out, and there'll probably be more features in future episodes. But tonight, if you tip any amount, doesn't really matter, but if you tip the show to support us, you will trigger me providing a fairly substantial clue to a player of your choice. So please give them, please let me know in the comment who you would like to reveal. I would like to spread the love around a little bit, though, so please pick someone who hasn't been previously picked that session, if you wouldn't mind, and we'll go back around. So, no, the casts are not set for every session. We're going to be running for several weeks now, so please feel free to join us on Discord, and you can message me. I'm just Angela on the Discord server. Feel free to DM me and let me know you're interested, because I would love to have more players. Obviously, everyone here tonight is welcome to come back whenever they'd like, but I am going to be mixing and matching as much as possible, so everyone gets a chance to meet new people and play with new combinations of people. Awesome, Thea, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to, my players, just before we started, rolled to see which of my, I forgot to explain this whole thing. I rolled random level 3 D&D characters. Used D&D Beyond, just went to the randomizer, and it gave me most of what I needed, and then I kind of fiddled to make it work. And these 4 players just rolled a d4 for me, and I just assigned them their characters. They're going to be waking up and experiencing a whole situation, and we're going to see how this goes. But first, before we begin, 2 things. First thing, if you're new to the channel, we are Nerdsmith. You can find us at nerdsmith.org or patreon.com/nerdsmith. And if you follow us there, or if you just go there, this month in October, we are participating in an event called All Treats, No Tricks, which is a Halloween-themed kind of trick-or-treat event with a bunch of Patreon creators in the TTRPG space. You can find a bunch of free content, art, maps, NPCs, adventures, all sorts of music as well. There's some really cool things you can find, but all you have to do is go to our Patreon, check out our first post. It's pinned. I put up an adventure module, or rather some inspiration for an adventure module called Welcome to the Estate, which is inspired by The Most Dangerous Game. It is a adventure where your players wake up, very similar to this, wake up, but they do know who they are. They just don't have their shit. And it's a bunch of inspiration, like tables and concepts and NPCs that you can throw into your own version of the estate. But you go to that post, and underneath is a link to the next person in the trick-or-treat neighborhood, and keep clicking on them. There's a bunch of people, and there's some really, really cool stuff, and you will find some very neat creators, maybe future favorites. So I highly recommend you check it out. We're part of the Patreon A Club, which is the accountability club, but specifically for tabletop role-playing games. So there's a bunch of really cool people there. Check it out. And we are also sponsored by some people you saw on the front of the screen. We are really proud to be sponsored by some really amazing people. World Anvil is an absolutely incredible online campaign management software. There is some, there are always new features and some really incredible customization options for people if you decide to become a guild member. You can find our channel for our homebrew World of Vale, which these sessions may or may not take place in, if you check the link in the chat. Also, Die Hard Dice is a beloved longtime sponsor. I do not have the correct featured product this month. I will get better at that. But if you use the discount code NERDSMITH or use the link in the chat, you get 10% off your purchase from Die Hard Dice, and they are pretty amazing. And we will have some very, very cool news soon about Die Hard Dice and Nerdsmith. There'll be some neat stuff, so stay tuned. Also, anyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Hero Forge. We are affiliates. You can find our support link if you decide to join as a pro member, which is super awesome. So you definitely should do it. But if you sign up, you get a week early on access to their newly released features, and you should totally do that. And eventually, as we do these sessions, I will have art for each of the characters. But again, we're doing a pilot. We're kind of messing around, so we don't have art today, but we will soon. And I'll make art for these characters once we figure out what they look like. Anyway, that's the first thing. Thank you to our sponsors. The second thing is we'll be right back right after this. Two, one. Okay, let's get started. I would like everyone to give me a D20, please.
Natural 20.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
4 for Skylar.
10 for me.
Liz got a 10.
13.
13. Thank you. So, let's see here. 20, 10.
The best era.
Okay. We now have the order of who wakes up first. This actually makes a lot of sense, to be honest. So until you know your names, we're just gonna start with this. Alora. You're lying on the floor. There is hardwood on the back of your head, and you have the worst headache you can remember ever having, which is saying something, because when you start thinking, oh man, have I ever had a headache this bad before, you don't remember. You also don't remember much of anything as you wake up and you're a little dizzy. You hear the sounds of a little bit of glass, like broken glass. Like something fell, like someone broke something and some of the pieces are falling. You hear chains rattle, or chains swaying above you as light is really probably what woke you up. This kind of flickering, swaying light above your head. And as you open your eyes, some sort of chandelier is like swaying on the ceiling. This kind of wrought iron, rough looking thing with candles. And you just hear as the fire in the candles is catching the air. And yeah, your head hurts real bad. You're not sure. Hangover, smacked in the head, something. What do you do?
I fall from the fucking chandelier. Ah!
You grab your head and you feel the softest silken fur. and you kind of like push your, like, sort of, to like kind of rub at your head. You hit long, also very furry ears that are draped on the ground next to you. Well, on your head, rather.
She kind of moves her hand down and kind of holds her hands up in front of her.
You have some very furry paws with little tiny nails, but they are the fur is very soft, but it looks a little coarse from the view of it. It's a mix of tan and maybe a little bit of flecks of dark brown. Very jackrabbit. In point of fact, the ears would also give you a sense of, you seem to be some sort of rabbit person. Weird that you do have that. Like, that word has conjured in your head. You're just not sure of anything personal about yourself or the circumstances you find yourself in.
Well, guess my feet aren't that lucky then. Great. And she starts looking around to see what else she can see.
Okay, you see that, well, one, you see bottles. You see lots of glasses and bottles on shelves at your height. And you glance up and you see that there is, in fact, a bar that you're behind, that you have woken up behind. There's glass everywhere. You realize that you're actually covered with a little bit of glass. And you see that you are, you're cloaked in a almost similar color to your fur, a cloak with a hood on it. Luckily that protected you quite a bit from the glass shrapnel. But yeah, you're in fairly light, breathy, like linen clothes. As you look around and see the bar, you see another figure slumped on the other side of the bar against the wall. There is there seems to be a chair on their lap, like it fell into their lap. And Rocker, your head really hurts, like on the back of it, and your back hurts, and you taste, it's like somebody dipped pennies into bourbon on the back of your throat. and there is a very heavy wooden chair broken on your lap. What do you do?
I really need to stop drinking.
I demand every single one of you has to come to that conclusion. No, whatever you want. What do you do besides that? Do you say that out loud?
I just try to push the chair off of me at that point, like.
Sure, give me a strength check, which is really just a d20, and then I tell you if you made it.
19.
19? Okay, yeah, that's fair. This chair is really heavy wood, but you managed to like kind of shove it off pretty easy. Give me give me a perception check real quick.
12.
12. Okay. As you pick up the chair, you see that your thumb and your fingers, which you now realize are this almost gravelly stone gray, big kind of meaty hands though, have a bit of soot, like dark ash on the thumb, because it looks like this chair from your side has been scorched. It's charred a little bit. As you toss it aside, it pretty much buckles under its lack of supports and just breaks into big chunks of hardwood and black charcoal. Alora, you see a pretty beefy-looking guy with skin that looks like river rock. It has little speckles, almost like little freckles going on down the neck and shoulders. And they have their hands wrapped in fabric that also appears to have little stones embedded in it. They're very pretty. They're like lined in metal. These little stones are like in little facets, or whatever you would call them. I don't have the jewelry term in my head.
Yeah, whatever you were drinking, I probably had fucking way worse. You good there?
Where are we?
A bar.
Well, I can gather that much.
Okay, so you didn't hit your head that hard, I guess.
Well, I definitely hit my back hard enough.
Yeah, and she's gonna like kind of like brush the glass off the edge of the bar and then like prop herself up and go over rather than trying to traverse through the glass.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh god. 9.
9? That is shockingly still pretty good.
I need a notebook.
Yeah, you hop up so just like it was nothing. Honestly, you kind of catch yourself a little bit as you do it. Because you kind of almost vault over the bar when you do that.
Well, ain't that impressive?
I've got hops, and not just alcohol kind.
Is it? Is it because you're a rabbit? Like hops?
It could be.
She does appear to be some sort of
I'm assuming you're making a joke.
Yeah. Funny bunny.
Wow.
Sorry, I'll leave now.
As you try to leave, Alora, you Liz, you are under what appears to be like you're in the dark. when you wake up. It is pitch black. There's something heavy on top of you, and it feels like you're being smothered by something very large and very fabric.
Oh God, I can't see. I'm blind.
Sorry, let me clarify. Oh my God, I can't see. I'm blind. You, Alora and Rucker, you both hear that voice muffled coming from the side of the room where it looks like a large tapestry or curtains have fallen onto somebody.
I'm gonna go try to help.
I start flailing.
She's gonna run over and try to help get the tapestry off.
So,
don't worry, I gotcha. Just give us a second.
Give me a strength check.
Stop your flailing.
I'd say, Rucker, are you helping?
Yeah.
With advantage. So strength check with advantage for Alora.
That was another 9. And then a 6.
A 6. So you roll a 6. As you're... It's a very awkward, weighted, like it looks almost like the curtain rod has fallen with the curtain. This big honking, like velvet and burlap monstrosity. The windows in this bar go up like 10, 12 feet. It's a very vaulted ceiling sort of place.
You might be stuck under there. I think all hope is lost.
Liz, stuck? Liz, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, you just slide out of this thing. You're like, oh, fucking hell. And you push, and you push, and you get a bunch of the curtain off of your body. And as you push the curtain aside, you all hear like clinking, just like coins falling, except they're a bunch of empty bullet casings. Like shells just raining out from underneath the curtain.
You okay? You alright?
I feel like I would have a jacket on for some reason. Do I have
Sure.
like some kind of... I kind of like flick it out and I'm like, see if there's any other casings that fall out?
Oh, not empty ones. There you find inside your pockets, there are just bullets. Many bullets. There are, you see a couple of like smaller like pistol bullets, and you see big honkin' like rifle cartridges, or rifle shells. You kick a rather big looking sort of muskety looking gun at your feet as you get out from underneath the curtain.
Guess it makes sense that you ended up under the tapestry. You took too many shots, I guess.
I love you, Laura, so much.
Great. No, I mean, I made her a bunny. You knew what you were getting once I made her a bunny.
I like to jump to conclusions. It's fine.
I'm going to... Do I even know that this is a gun on the floor?
Yes, you do understand basic things. You seem to have only... all of you trying to identify, you don't recognize any of these people around you. You do, however, have a basic understanding of the world around you. You don't know the circumstances, but you know how to function. Like, you do understand, like, that's a curtain, and this is a gun, like, and you know you're in a bar. It's kind of like a Wild Westy looking bar. Skylar, you are also in the dark. Except you are cramped.
Oh.
It's almost like you woke up in some kind of box, maybe? Or maybe I don't know. It's cold to the touch. You're kind of cramped. Like you're squatted in there.
Feel around. I assume I've come to my senses, and I'm just going to basically like wiggle around in it, try and make a little bit of noise, I guess.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to make noise?
Yeah.
What kind of noise do you make?
Basically, I am pushing myself up against the like sides of the of my containment area.
Okay. You're trying to. It's interesting how challenging it is to actually move around and move this thing. It's pretty dang heavy. But as you're sort of shifting around, you hear the space around you fill with the sound of clinking, and you almost slip on the floor. It seems like there's maybe like paper on the floor that you're having trouble kind of getting your bearings.
Call out. What have I got myself into?
So the rest of you are down in the bar, and you and you are all trying to assess what circumstances you're currently in.
I would
Pick
like
up the gun.
to-
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm not gonna shoot it at anyone. I just pick it up.
I feel vaguely threatened now.
I'll get us off on the right foot. Hi,
Nothing comes to mind.
Hi, nice to meet you. And she's gonna start searching her pockets. Does she have like a jacket on or anything like that?
You have your cloak, and the cloak has some pockets.
Cool.
that you
I'm gonna
can
take the
feel.
cloak off
Okay.
and like check it to see if I, by any chance, sewed my name into the collar.
Give me
Like
an
it's underwear.
investigation. Give me an investigation check.
9.
9. Investigation. You got a 9. You're searching
9.
around. You're searching around in your pockets and pouches. You don't find anything that has. You don't find anything overt that has your name on it. Things that you have in your pockets, though, are like. You find a flint and steel. You find a strap to your side. Now you're just sort of realizing it because a lot was going on. You have a water skin, a pretty substantial water skin on your side, and there are in one of your pockets a collection, by the look of it, of pretty little snail shells. But you don't find much on your person. Actually, that's not true. You do have... Oh, you do have a sling also in your pocket. And there are some... on another pant leg pocket, you find some nice, sharp rocks.
About how many sharp rocks would you
How
say?
many?
Yeah.
16 sharp rocks.
Awesome. I'm gonna pick up a few bullet casings.
Okay, sure. Yeah, there's just some rifle ones or some pistol ones.
Whatever looks like it would hurt more.
The
They're probably
rifle
about
ones
the
are a
same.
bit bigger. Okay.
Grab like 10 of those, if that's okay.
Sure.
Cool.
Keep track in your own notes or something what you have.
I have index cards.
Great. Skylar, you don't hear anybody respond to you. You're not quite sure what's going on.
You said that I'm in an area that feels cold?
The walls are cold and smooth to the touch.
The walls are cold and smooth to the touch.
And you are completely encased in a cube-like shape. It's very cramped.
Can I, like, check to see am I wearing something that is, good for cold weather? Like, what am I wearing? I'm basically going to pat myself down.
Okay, you touch your arms and well, no wonder you feel cramped. You're like a big fucking dude. Like you're a little like, you're beefy. You got a lot of definition on your arms. As you touch the backs of your arms and like your neck, you feel scales, like chitin almost, but only on the backs of your arms. And then you feel your head is hairless except for a strip of these scales going down your head. They almost go up to your nose too. And you're just sort of, you have some teeth, like some noticeable teeth, like big ones on the bottoms. And then, yeah, little ones on the top, little fangies. And the backs of your hands are also scaled. You do not seem adapted to winter. You are not wearing you're not wearing any protective winter clothing. You just have some pretty hard like hard leather and hide armor over, just seems like a pair of cargo pants, which are jingling a little bit.
Okay. Feeling very cramped. I'm just basically going to attempt to like stretch out everything that I got to see if anything gives resistance or gives way.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
All right. 17.
17. So with a dirty 20, you feel like there's a bit of a... You lean back a little bit. You feel like you've shifted the wall behind you. Just a little. The three of you, who are not trapped in a box, hear a loud of some sort of door or some sort of shifting of an object in the back room next to the bar. There's like a thick canvas curtain, and behind that you hear that noise.
I'm going to immediately put a bullet casing in my slingshot, because that's the first thing I had in my hand. And just like ready it.
Okay, cool.
Since I picked up the gun, can I check to see if there's any bullets in it currently?
Sure. You pick up the rifle, and as smooth as if this thing was part of your arm, you check real quick, and you see that there are no bullets in the gun.
Okay, but it's a rifle,
it is a
right?
Little, yes, it is a little warm to the touch, though. Like it was recently fired.
Interesting. And do I have any, like, I was gonna say full bullet casings of rifle Or do I have just empty ones?
There are no. You have ammunition.
Okay.
You glance around and you feel that you actually have a bandolier of rifle ammunition on you.
Oh hell yeah! I load that gun.
Good. You just you start loading it up. This thing has like 4 bullets, like 4 chambers on it that you can load. This fella, I will say, Alora and Rucker, this fella's a little intimidating. Granted, Rucker's also a big beefy dude, but you see they've got like mousy gray hair and long ears, and a couple of their skin is pale, and they have a pretty gnarly scar going down just past their, like, just around, like someone was trying to get their eye but missed. And their jacket's very much like a duster. It's got those, like, those side pieces, that look kind of shoulder pauldron kind of. It's a duster.
Your hands up and nobody gets hurt. Just, like, shaking a
Skylar,
little
you
bit.
hear that through the crack in the wall that you just shoved. You want to try again?
Basically gonna call out, if I would, I could. Hold on. And I'm just gonna lean back as much as I can, like put my feet against the wall that is like near my foot, and just basically like push.
Okay, give me another strength check.
I'm just gonna try to peek around the corner.
A 9.
9, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12's not that bad considering you've already got it most of the way shoved. As you like kind of get your foot up, this is a very close thing. What did we get? Matthew, let's find out about Liz. Thank you, Matthew. Let me get Skylar out first and then we'll do Liz. So, Skylar, you get your foot up on the wall in front of you and you start shoving, and then it gives and you just fall back onto your back as the vault opens up and you are just staring up at the ceiling. Oh. And you 3 see a vault that was maybe about 5 feet tall, and from out of it is a much taller than 5 feet tall, kind of brute of a guy. His skin is almost olive toned, a little bit on like the tan side. He's got a fur. He's got like fur lining his leather studded armor, and on his head looked to be like armadillo, almost scaly looking pattern, like he's armored. So Skylar, congratulations, you're out of the vault that you were locked in, or at least trapped in, and from his feet, his bare feet that are also a little clawed, you see coins and gemstones and paper cash, just kind of flung a little bit as the door busted open. It looked like it was on its last legs anyway. It does not look like... It looks like someone already busted into this vault and it had closed.
Laying on the ground, I'll just throw my hands up and go, I'm out!
We're armed! We have at least 2 of them!
Yeah, throw my hands up.
So do you, it seems.
So the 4 of you are just kind of staring at each other. Not quite sure what's going on. You don't remember much about these, like anything about these people, to be honest.
So what y'all doing here?
Just out of character, do we get to learn more about Liz's character? Is that
Yes,
right?
we do.
Yeah.
Liz, you have your rifle out and you're staring out at this thug that has fallen out of the vault. And you note that there are words written down the barrel of your rifle. And you see that it is called, on the side of it, it says Requiem. And as you see that, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do I remember anything? Does that word ring a bell?
You see the word and you see it etched in there. Almost, it's not even etched. If you've ever seen, there's something called, I think it's called blue. When you look at iron or steel, and this is something you would just know off the top of your head. Iron or steel, you can react with certain chemicals and it literally darkens the metal. So you can kind of stain it with patterns or details and things like that. And you see that there are these beautiful like swirls and things built into the metal on your rifle. And you also know Requiem is written in Elvish. And you read it very instinctively. As you see that, you remember the first time that you held this gun completely finished. And there is something akin to pride and comfort having the rifle in your hands. This is definitely your weapon, your very personal weapon.
Okay. I'll let us continue. I'm still going to be pointing suspiciously. I'm still pretty quiet. I feel like I'm trying to figure out what's going on too.
Join the club.
State your name and your business, and do you have any weapons on you? And don't show them, just say it.
Yeah, let me get to that. My What?
Alright,
Huh.
I need you to stand up slow, keep your hands right where we can see them. Please?
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Well, pick myself up.
You're a little
Yeah,
trigger
she's kinda
happy
like,
for a little
"Oof."
bunny, aren't you? I go and help the bigger guy off the ground.
Yeah, does not take much effort at all. He's
Be
about
careful.
he's a little shorter than you, but not by much, Rucker. And you pick him up and give me an intelligence check.
18.
18. Well, with your 18 total, there is something weirdly familiar about this. You're getting a major sense of deja vu. As if you have picked this man up from circumstances that felt tedious. There is an odd sense of familiarity between you, like with this guy. I would also say with that intelligence check, you see that he's got a few of these sort of animalistic traits to him, and that he is almost naturally armored. You would think that this person appears to be a shifter.
Oh.
So it has a little bit of primal abilities that would link them to the animal that they are somehow magically, like they have a magical affinity for.
Well, okay. So are y'all gonna put down your weapons? I don't really know how this goes. Why are we pointing stuff at him?
He's not gonna eat us, right?
I mean, he literally
has-
just busted through a wall. I'm gonna point my gun at him.
I mean, you started
he
pointing
has
your gun
fur-
and
he
dropping
has
bullets
fur
since
on
we
his
got you out
collar.
from underneath the tapestry.
There's fur on his collar. I don't know if he likes bunnies.
It's on the white side, so it could be a snow rabbit. You don't know, but you can give me. Actually, you know what? Give me a nature check.
I roll another 9, I swear.
We're contemplating if this man likes bunnies or not.
Natural 1.
That's a bunny. That's bunny hair. It has to be. Good game. Good job.
Just
Look,
panic.
you made the little bunny cry.
She
What's
starts
up with
like
fur over there?
hopping from one foot to the other in like a little bit of a panic.
Okay, hold on. Where are we?
I'm
Hell.
assuming a bar.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey, thanks by the way for picking me up. Rocks? You got rock?
That's a good definition right now. Let's go with that. You guys can call me that.
Mhm.
For
Mhm.
right now. Just for
For right now.
If it. So who's this pointing the yeah, this. What's going on here?
Well, I'm gonna call them Gunner until they put the gun down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. And we got fur over here.
Wow.
I was gonna call her
Would
ears.
say that, wouldn't
but that's-
you?
I was gonna call her ears, but that's a completely different circumstance.
Why don't you just call me Vest?
Why don't you just call me your new fur coat?
Yeah, basically.
So
Great,
we're
and so your name is Poacher.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! Oh, my heart hurts.
No.
hey, that's got a nice little ring to it though.
Panic.
Son, you're not doing yourself a favor. You need to stop.
All right. So
You're scaring the little bunny. Like, not
why was I in there? Anybody got answers for that? Cause I don't.
You don't know?
Nope. Can't say I do.
Is there a door anywhere? Like out, like does it look like a front door is anywhere?
looks at the-
Here, it looks like there is a back door.
Awesome. I'm gonna go try to open it.
Sure. You go over towards it, and you see it appears to be wedged open.
She
There's
actively
a,
takes the longest route around to like stay as far away as possible from
So you're keeping your distance, and you head over, and you see that this door has been wedged open. There is essentially there's a stick or a piece of scrap wood that has been left on the bottom of the door that is keeping it propped open.
I'm just gonna can she fit her head through the crack of the door? She's gonna try.
I mean, it's only an inch or two, but you could your nose kind of. Give me a perception check.
15.
15. Let's see. 15 plus 4, so 9, or 19 rather. You kind of instinctively sniff through the crack in the door. It smells like a back alley of a bar. There's it's musty, and there's probably some standing water somewhere. Just kind of
smells like vomit and mold back here.
That is accurate.
It's the alley of a bar.
You do note that it is the middle of the night, though.
Pretty dark out here too. How many moons are there?
You can't see a moon. It's a very thin alley.
There's no moon!
The moon is gone!
None. Also, I think there was a Skylar.
There was. So as the Herongon is walking around and sticking their head through the door, Skylar, you are too late. We can't know anything about Skylar. You just know that your name is So give me a perception check. Skylar, yeah. Skylar.
Alright. 18.
18. With an 18. Wow. So 28.
God.
You hear the door open as the rabbit kind of sticks her head in. And you see on the ground in front of you, you hear a clink amongst the clinking of little coins that doesn't sound right. And you look down and you see that there is a small pouch on the ground that looks like it, there are these little strips of metal sticking out of it. Like it's a pouch that's holding some sort of tools.
That's
Came
just
from
on
inside the
ground.
vault. Came from inside the vault with you.
Ah, okay. I'll pick it up and investigate it further.
There are, you flip it has a little latch, you flip it open, and each of these little, like, metal rods inside have different types of curves in them, and hooks, and little etchings, and there's a file. These appear to be something that you would, looks like you could maybe pick a lock with them.
Hey, I found this. Oh, holds up what I found. I think this is how I got in there. But how'd I get locked? Who shut the door behind me?
All very good questions.
Maybe you did it on purpose?
Well, that sounds like a silly notion.
You seem silly to me, so...
I'll take the compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like it if you pointed the gun away. You're not pointing the gun.
Okay, no.
Keep it at the ready.
What's got fur
I will
all
do-
over?
I will
What's
do
got
anything
fur
to protect
bothered?
her.
Probably my
You-
cousin.
You got fur around your neck that looks like a rabbit.
Nah,
you
this
think-
whole thing, this is
Give me a nature check, Liz.
That's definitely bunny fur.
Skylar,
Look
you
at
can also
mine.
give me a nature
12.
check.
Yeah.
12 for Skylar, or 12 for Liz. Nature, so that's a 14. Nat 1.
True one.
It might be bunny. Oops.
Bunny red.
Liz, you're looking at this fur. It's way too coarse to be bunny. You're thinking it's probably wolf hide.
Okay.
In fact, the exact opposite of what they're worried about being.
I'm gonna.
Convinced.
I'm assuming the bunny's pretty like shorter than me, so I'm gonna crouch down and it's not bunny. It's probably wolf.
I think it might be bunny. You might be right.
I would not trust him.
It's fair. Okay. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. She looks down at her fur and then back at the fur on the collar.
Not the same.
Looks at
not,
it.
You're like, you're a little worried, but you don't know. Doesn't seem right.
I will take your word for it for now. And if the sentiment changes, then there will be further murder. I mean,
You're really bad at jokes.
So,
I don't think I was a comedian.
I can confirm that was not your background.
Awesome. Good.
Can I ask anybody else having such a problem with recalling things?
Yeah. Looks like we had a pretty fun night.
I might have
Assume
fallen down
that's
from
the
the
cause.
chandelier and hit my head.
Huh.
Apparently someone hit me with a chair.
So not only have we lost our memory, but Fur over there lost their sense of humor.
Nah.
Ability to tell jokes.
Wasn't a very charitable action of them, was it?
Oh my god. I'm gonna check out what I guess I was digging around in this vault here for. Anybody got light?
You guys can check your pockets.
I can start a fire.
Yeah. You got a little a little metal stick that has ridges, and you can start a fire. Rucker?
Question.
Oh, I'm going to check my pockets too.
Gotcha. Alora, what's your question?
We're aware that magic exists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You
I'm
understand
gonna snap my fingers. Does anything happen?
With,
Try to start a fire.
What is
this is gonna
So this is gonna be a big, constant question I ask you.
Okay.
With what intent do you snap your fingers? What are you trying to achieve?
She's gonna look up at the chandelier that's still swinging.
In the other room. You're in the back room.
Never mind. Is there a ceiling light? Is there a candle?
There's some
Anything
lamps. Yeah, there's some lamps.
Okay. She's gonna point at it and be like, "Wait, yes," and like try to basically try to make the bulb or the part of it light up.
There's a desk back here that has like a lantern with a flame on it, and you snap your fingers, and the entire desk bursts into flames. There is a huge fire in the middle of this room. It's like, I would say almost, I don't know, 5 feet wide. You are all suddenly face to face with a massive bonfire that has been lit on this desk.
Are the walls made of wood?
Yup.
Damn it!
Gunner's fucking booking it.
Where? Out the back door?
At the back
door. No. Come with me in the vault. I got this. I can dive head first into the vault. Good.
Give me an intelligence check, Skylar.
3.
Yeah, there's definitely enough oxygen in there for more than 3 people. Yeah, Rocker?
I run to the other room and grab that tapestry to try to smother it.
Sure, that's not bad. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
16.
16? with your 19. You very easily drag this curtain as best you can. You hear as you pull the curtain rod with you. But you were able to, you rip it off the curtain rod and you rush in and you try to start smothering the fire. Alora, yes.
Fur is going to immediately grab her water skin, unscrew it, and just start throwing water onto the flames.
Okay, sure.
Get away from me, you little arsonist. Go.
Really hope.
I would like you, Rucker, to give me give me an Arcana check.
I really hope there's not alcohol in my water.
11.
11? Okay. With your with 16, you see the fire and you feel this kind of, it's weird. It's almost like you feel a little bit of understanding of like the shifting movement of it. You're not frightened of the fire. There were definitely panicked reactions to this, but you feel very comfortable here. You start trying to smother it, but as that's sort of getting some of it, but this desk has literally been used for kindling at this point, you sort of feel like you can tell it to stop being that angry.
He just starts repeating, "Go out, go out, go out, go out," as he's trying to smother.
I adore it.
Trying to...
And you see the bonfire start getting smaller.
Thank you, please keep going, please.
You all see, well, except for Liz. Liz bolted out the back door, which we will get to in a moment. Alora and Skylar, if Skylar is not trying to close himself into the vault, you see that along Rucker's arms, where this like pebbling texture, you start to notice that there are actually cracks along his skin, and they start to glow underneath the cracks as he's trying to like will this fire to chill the fuck out, like literally.
What are your gods?
Sorry, that was very involuntary.
I'm sure if I was, you're a little arsonist, but
I didn't
what
mean
made you?
to. I was just trying to turn on the light and help. I'm sorry.
You have. You said you could. Okay, when I thought you meant you could start fires, I thought you had maybe like a match or something. Like I thought you'd go over to a light and like turn it on. I don't know. Like
just holds up the flint and steel and like
you decide.
I was just trying to help. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought it would turn on like a normal lamp and not burst into flames.
Little one. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be yelling at you. What made you think that pointing at a lamp and saying light?
That is not. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Is that not like what lamps are supposed to do?
Well,
like,
I know about the clappy lamps. Like I don't normally point at one and say light.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but next time, like,
did the lamp catch on fire by any chance?
Oh yeah, like the lamp exploded when that fire happened. You turned the whole desk into a bonfire.
I mean, like,
the room got brighter.
Sweetheart, you achieved your goal. You really did.
It smells like charcoal and fire. There's like a little bit of smoke at the top of the ceiling.
And let me just tell you, I learned who had some fight or flight. Thank you for trying to help me put the fire out. The other two, on the other hand, I look around.
Closing the vault door.
Oh my god.
If you can't open it again, don't close it.
Fair point. Leave it open a crack.
Liz, you bolt out of the back door. We're gonna rewind just a little bit. As you burst out, as the fire happens, you look either side of you, and this is a very empty alleyway. It is a little chilly, very dry in the air. You would actually give me an intelligence check.
12.
Okay. So with a 14, you're fairly certain that it's like the dead of night. Like it's got to be like 3 or 4 in the morning right now.
And there's like no one out, obviously.
There is nobody in the alleyway currently. It is across the street from like another building with a door to another business or something, you assume. You do hear down the alley towards what appears to be sort of a street. There are some like gas lamps on the ground. Gas lamps on the side of the street down the way. You hear some galloping of hooves. And crossing the alleyway, you see two riders. And they are both also holding what appear to be rifles. Heading what looks like around towards the front of the building.
The front of the building that we're in?
Correct.
Okay. Are they like trying to get there quickly, or are they just like moseying?
They look like they... Fuck you, Laura. It's ending up on the screen if I can do it. So, Liz, give me a perception check. Thank you, Mo Zigley. I will give Laura a hint. What did you get, Liz?
18.
18. 18 plus 5. So you see the horses. You note that both of the people riding the horses are wearing the same kind of uniform. And as you see that, you catch on the wall your own face on a poster. There's a couple other faces on posters.
Oh shit! They look like our little group. They wanted posters. They say wanted on them.
You can look at, you can get a little closer and take a look.
Yeah, let me get a little closer and look.
Sure. You see an image of your likeness that says Leotoris Castletonera, wanted for what's the word? Wanted for grand theft, and stagecoach. What is it? I'm trying to find the word for it. Commandeering a stagecoach while impersonating an officer of the law. It says that they are you are wanted for questioning, alive preferred.
At least we're not wanted dead.
It specifically says preferred.
Preferred.
You get the sense that if you were dead, it wouldn't actually impede the investigation that much.
Duly noted.
Do you want to look at the other names on the
How do you spell the name?
I updated your name, Leotaurus Castletonera.
Nice. God, what an elvish name.
Right? Oh my god.
The fantastic last name.
It's pretty great.
I feel like I don't have a lot of time. Could I grab all these wanted posters real quick?
You grab them in a fist, and what do you do?
I'm gonna head back inside, real quick, and yell, "Hey y'all, we gotta fucking go. We gotta get out of here. There's 2 people outside waiting for us. We gotta go now. I don't care about this fire. We gotta go.
Sorry.
We're wanted. Let's go." He starts kind of picking up the little bunny and kind of throws her on the shoulder and just books it.
I am perfectly capable of running. Put me down.
You start kicking him with your big ass feet. Yeah. Actually, with that in mind, let me actually double check something for you. You might actually get like a bonus to hitting people with your feet. You know what? I'm gonna say if you actually want to get out of his grasp, you start wailing on him with your feet. So, wow, ow, but you get a little bit of purchase on him, like on his chest, and you jump away from him, and you sail a solid 10 feet across the alley, and like basically land against the wall and just slide down. As you said, you have hops.
All right, let's go.
Well, I guess we're going. I start just like, I go over and grab the door of the thing and just try to wrench it open as fast as possible.
All right, we're going, I guess.
So you grab is anybody doing anything before you leave?
I was just gonna tell her which way was the opposite way of the guards.
Yeah, you point the other direction, which is looks like it is facing a much darker section of town. There is no gas lamp on that side of the street, and it looks like maybe in the distance there's like some farmhouses. So
I was initially gonna grab some jewels, but I got dragged out of the bar, so no worries.
Okay. Rucker and Skylar, you are the last two.
Yeah.
In the back room.
Rox, hold on. Did I drop anything else in this vault?
Give me a perception. Give me a perception check real quick.
Okay.
Both
you ask Rucker to help you?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. You both can give me a perception check.
11
and 12. So 22 for Skylar. And 11 for Rucker. With a 22, Skylar, you find a crowbar. Which you seem to have like a loop on your belt specifically for a crowbar. It has a let me see. It also has words written on the side of it. But actually carved, like chiseled in. Your crowbar is labeled hold on. Wit's End.
Nice.
You grab the crowbar, and then you notice a little flicker of light, almost like electricity kind of coursing, and you see that there's a small box that was kind of tipped over onto its side, has some etchings in different metals on it. The box appears to be like a white marble almost.
pick that up as well.
Okay. And Rucker, you see coins and cash, basically. Maybe some paperwork. Looks to be like there's definitely something that looks like a legal document.
Sure, I'll pick that up.
Sure. Grab it. All right, so you two grab your shit and go. All of you are rushing. What are you doing as you get out the alley or out into the alleyway and you run the opposite direction? The last person out, we're gonna say, is probably Rucker. You guys start heading and you hear shouting from the out into the bar.
What are they yelling?
We know you're in there. Y'all come out right now. We'll have a nice little conversation.
Burr, under her breath, just goes, "No, we're not." Just is running.
Don't worry, guys. I used to be a ventriloquist.
So Laura, as you are like, no, running away, you, let me check something really quick about you, because fun things.
Fun.
It's true. As you are running, I'm double checking. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hold on. I gotta check something real quick. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of lookup as we do this, partly because I'm looking at 4 spells or 4 character sheets. Oh yeah, as you start running, Liz, you're running behind, and something intrinsic in you, Laura, starts like your heart just going, you're like really rushing, and it is actually hard, physically difficult for Liz and the others to look at you clearly. You are like vibrating as you are running. You're not running faster necessarily, but you are like, you're blurry.
Ooh. Okay.
Anyone else see that? How did the bunny turn into a blur? As we're running.
God damn, furrier fast.
She's always been furry. Just keep going, guys. Keep going.
So you all rush out of the alley, or rather towards the end of the alleyway, and it actually, yeah, you're all about the same speed though. And what do? You guys get to the end of the darker alleyway. You don't. You're pretty sure that those guys that were shouting were probably heading into the bar, but you're not quite sure if they're coming back around or anything right now.
You said there was like farmhouses in the distance?
Yeah, there's a few farmhouses and some land right across the street.
Are any of them like close enough that we can maybe get cover from?
There
would be like a really far run.
It's probably, if you ran, you'd probably make it there in about maybe a minute. So it's a little far, but you could make it. Especially in the dark, if you were able to, like, there's a couple of trees, like bigger trees dotting around. You could like start serpentining or something. Actually, let me see what time of year it is.
Looks at her hands and like starts counting. And she's like, according to my calculations, we have at least this many to get away.
We only have
before
8.
They start coming after us.
What did the rock say?
I'm gonna say it's.
We only have 8 minutes.
Spring. It's spring, so there's tall grass. Probably goes up to your waist. So you could theoretically just like hit the deck. Try to hide. Rucker?
How, like, can I look around and see how modern the area is? Like,
You're in a fairly Wild West town.
Okay.
There's gas lamps on tall poles a little bit in the distance, and behind you, this street seems to be on the edge of town in a way, like towards these farms. It just seems like it's not an area they decided to prioritize night traffic. But Alora, as you are trying to do math, and you're like, till they come for us, your brain sort of goes through a few impulsive thoughts of there's a really good chance that you do think, okay, if they don't catch us at the scene, they can't necessarily provide evidence that we were there. And you start going through a bunch of like crime scene and investigatory rules that are like in the back of your head. And you're actually fairly certain that you could make it such that your bail would be very low. For some reason, you're very well versed in like a layman's understanding of criminal law.
Man, why is the bunny trying to weasel out of this?
Hey, nobody knows she's doing this but her. It's just some mental calculus you're doing. Or rather, some mental evidentiary procedure that you're doing in your head.
I passed the bunny bar. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. You hopped right over it.
Indeed.
So, as a group or as individuals, what are you doing? You're going for a farmhouse, or you're gonna go hide in the grass, or what do you want to do? Could turn into town. What do you?
I think we should run for the farmhouse or something. I don't think being in town is gonna be helpful for us.
Okay.
Sure.
Somewhere decently away from the scene of the crime, but not outside would be a good idea.
So run a little bit down the road first before you duck into the grass, because if they see the head-on grass put down, it's going to be a lot more conspicuous than it is if it's in the middle, because they won't be able to see it because they're not. You see what I? Okay, just go. Follow me.
Following the bunny.
That's valid. That's very valid. Okay. So, you all start booking it across the field, and I would like everyone to give me stealth checks.
Natural 20.
I am going to try to push some of the grass that we initially jump into back up if I can.
Sure. Let's include that in your stealth check.
Okay. Cool.
6.
15.
13.
13. Liz 6, so it's a 10. That's not bad. 13 for Skylar.
Yep. 13.
So 14 total. Okay. And what did you get, Rucker?
Natural 20.
Nice. So 23. And Laura, I'm so sorry I didn't hear your number.
15.
15, so 19 for you. So yeah, you're able to kind of kick it a little bit with your feet, brush it around, kind of obscure the direction you're going. You you all managed to get into the grass with relatively little problem. And though I will say, Liz, you're kind of trailing a little behind. In the tall grass, there's like a lot of rocks and like holes and things. So you kind of like hit a gopher hole or something. You're just like, shit. And Rucker, you are you run right past Liz in the same exact area that's just like covered in potholes and big rocks, and you can't see any of them, but there's just something really like you're just striding into the field and not having any trouble with these rocks. Like you're hitting them with your feet, but you're just like stepping over them, and it feels very natural to move that way. You're not having any trouble at all getting through. Let's see. You guys continue running in the dark. You don't hear any noise, at least not directly behind you. You don't hear any echoing noise. And all you hear is just breathing as you're rushing through the field. You get through the grass and you end up almost tripping over a little pond that is right next to the farmhouse. This is like a cute little farmhouse on stilts, like on the edge of the pond. Like it's half in the pond if it wasn't on stilts. There is a light on the window. There's a few, it looks like little like fireflies in a jar that are...
Guys, you're not gonna believe your eyes. Sorry.
What do? You feel like you're pretty far away from town. You're probably going to want to keep moving eventually, but you might be able to pretend like you didn't go this way.
He's just gonna take a rest for a second. He's just gonna lay on the ground and go, ugh.
So why are we wanted?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. You got all of them?
Yep. Let me furls them out like it's a newspaper and
lots of pages. Just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can ascertain some of our information now.
Yeah, so I see mine. I don't mention it just yet.
Sure.
But I'll mention what we're all wanted for. We're all wanted for the same thing, or I guess I don't know. I haven't read.
All the same thing. You're all wanted for grand theft. That's definitely on the list. But different secondary crimes.
Okay. I'm gonna read off the bunny first, if
sure. It says
No.
It says Volney Desert Rose. Volney is wanted for instigating unrest. Sorry, instigating public unrest. It's almost like she talks herself into trouble. I am adding your name to your inspiration picture, Laura. Of which, if anybody wants to share those in the chat, they're welcome to. Which one do you want to read next?
Armadillo.
Armadillo.
Poacher.
Let's see. Zanwraith Scaletoe, wanted for multiple counts of burglary and trespassing.
Can you give that last name again?
Sure, Scaletoe.
Thank you.
Sure.
And then I'll read the Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Sure. Narjan. Narjhan. Wanted for arson.
Well, apparently I know what it looks like.
Right,
I do believe this is what it looks like.
I do believe I know what an arsonist is.
Actually, That makes me an expert on it, which means that that little one is an arsonist.
You're actually very
mine
aware
only
of
is-
like multiple specific terms for the crimes that each of them committed.
No, mine is for unrest, which I'm
You just
just
need some sleep. I mean,
yeah, I'm tired. Thanks God.
you're wanted for being tired.
Yeah,
Oh,
sleeping on the job maybe, and that's why they're just unrested. What are you wanted for?
I'm wanted for Grand Theft, Stagecoach, also possibly impersonating an officer of the law. So I guess I'm not an officer of the law.
that is a very astute inference there. Good job.
Yeah, he'll also mention his name as well.
It's a fucking mouthful.
Yes. I guess you can call me
Forrest.
Leo.
Yeah, that's right. I'm giving you all nicknames. Leo? You want to be called Zan or Wraith?
Oh, Zan.
Zan, and you want Nar or John?
Feels weird no longer being called poacher. I guess I'm an ex-poacher.
Good.
Do be doing some burgles.
Burgles.
I'm gonna call you John or Johnny. Okay?
It's easier than me
Awesome.
trying to pronounce my own name. If it's difficult, it's probably a problem.
And you
I'm
can
sure we
call
probably
me-
had these code names.
Yeah,
before.
totally.
Are we like, I guess we're like a crew. If we're all wanted for one of the same things, we must have come together.
I feel like there might be some flawed logic there.
I agree.
Because
Are we like?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like burning a building down is very different than one of you guys inciting a riot and the other person just like hanging out in the wrong place, and someone impersonating a police officer.
I was invoking unrest. It was probably to stop the poachers, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe you instigated my arson.
I did not instigate it.
Instigated your
I did not do it. I did not.
Well, you can't remember, and neither can I. So let's just keep moving.
Amazing.
I'm glad I have a name now.
Oof. I'm glad. I'm going to be adding your names to your screen. Liz is Leo, Skylar, you're Zanray, and Rucker is now Jean. Okay.
Valjean. At last.
So, you'll have to, I'll try my best to help you become acquainted over the next however long we have for session with your names. So, Skylar, I mean, Zanraith, you hear just at the peripheral of your hearing a little splashed in the water, like a in the pond.
More like a fish jump, or are we talking like somebody in the water?
Like a boat rocking. It's pretty, honestly, you're shockingly aware of like everything around you. You have an ungodly passive perception. It's amazing, actually, and I think it might be because you're a shifter. I'm like, why are your perception scores so fucking high? It has to be because you're because you only have proficiency in a couple of things, and it must be because you're a shifter.
Okay. I'm gonna position myself where I can better see the little pond and see if I can see if someone's out on the boat or if the boat's tied
Oh, it
up.
doesn't take much effort. You see a little canoe sort of paddle boat out in the river or out on the pond, and there's a sort of squat looking bald figure pulling sticks up out of the pond and like sticking them in the boat. You see a little flare of light from a pipe, and that's when you catch a healthy green along the face of this. It's definitely a frog.
Jeremiah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Nah, my name's Jeff.
Oh.
Hi there.
Here. Hey, lovely pond you got here.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
What you doing?
I'm just picking up sticks.
You're doing it quite well.
Thank you very much.
Pay no mind. We're on our walk. You keep going about your business. You good.
Midnight Constitutional. I get it.
Yeah, that.
I might be a little late, actually. Hey, Mama, what time is it? And he calls out to the house. And this is around the time that you see at this angle that there is straight up an old lady on the back porch the whole time you've been talking. And this sweet old frog lady with a beautiful like Sunday church hat and tassels on the bottom of her skirt and her sleeves is just rocking on a chair and says, well, I reckon it's probably, well, got a little bit before sunrise. Crickets are gonna start going pretty furious soon. Thanks, Mama. And he just kind of sticks a foot out and starts, like, kind of pushes off something, and the pond starts floating towards all of you. Wow, y'all are pretty tall.
Yeah. We're just gonna pretend like they didn't hear any of that, or we just...
A whisper in a hushed voice. If nothing else, we can make them accomplices.
Honestly, that's a good idea.
That helps our alibi.
Yeah.
So,
Ma'am, I haven't happened upon your name, but you got such a lovely little dress on. May I ask what your name is?
What's that got to do with my dress, youngin?
Oh, I would like to know who I am referring to when I tell everyone that I met the prettiest little lady out in the sticks.
Ha, that's pretty funny. Said Jeff. How do you know what our farm's called? And you hear creaking as the little lady kind of picks herself up and kind of hobbles over to the edge of the porch. She's up above you because, like I said, it's on like stilts. And she looks down and says, "Now that, my dear boy, is the most gallant and sweetest crock of shit I have heard in a very long time."
Sorry if you smelt it. I apologize. Buttering up is not my best of abilities.
Best not to mix your metaphors there, hon. That's pretty gross.
My apologies. Head's not in the right place.
You can call me Miss Ethel.
Nice to meet you, Miss Ethel.
Yes.
That is not the accent I went with before, but it's what we're doing now.
Pleasure.
You just take on accents via osmosis. Like you
I do.
It's so good, especially when most of us took on a Southern accent.
I'm gonna stick out my Scottish accent if it kills me.
Do it.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Ethel. Hope your night's going well.
Pretty much like most other nights.
That's probably a good thing, you know, to expect. So we're just gonna skedaddle on through. Like I said, tip of the hat to you. I know I don't have a hat, but if I did, I'd tip it. And we're gonna head on out. All right. And she looks at Leo and John and Zan.
Yeah, yes, I do believe it be high time that we coattail it out of here. Don't want to interrupt.
No interrupting at all.
Leo tips his hat. Starts
Hey.
walking away.
Yeah. Just walk back into the grass.
Give a small little bow.
You hear Zan, you hear horses back near town. And a sort of a horn.
Miss Ethel, I'm trying to basically make it to where my voice kind of drowns out that. Miss Ethel, I'm a little unfamiliar with these parts, having had, I believe, something called a concussion. Where the nearest town aside from the current one be?
I don't know nothing about no concussions though. Sounds fancy.
Only the fanciest for myself. By the way,
Sounds like
my
what
name.
she would call her hat. You know, a
We're
concussion.
trying to find him a doctor. He hit his head pretty hard.
Oh
My
yeah,
Jeff-
it
my
knocked a
Jeff
few
here
scales loose.
My Jeff fancies himself a bit of a medicine fella.
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I've helped. I midwiffed a pig recently.
I would like
Everything
to.
went out
Do
real
I
good.
believe her?
Actually, quite a difficult process. Good for you.
Yeah, I know, and just.
They both survived. All the babies?
Yeah, 3 darling little rashes of bacon.
I'm sure you
Oh.
made your parents very proud.
Oh, I was about to ask, did you name them? But I guess.
Yeah, we named him. It was honey baked,
Ham, bacon, and
salt cured,
And Smokey.
and smoky.
hickory smoked.
Quite lovely names.
Ironically, the pigs are the only thing on the farm we don't eat. Applewood, that's much better. Hickory, applewood, and and honey. That's very good.
Well, I do believe we might have to take our leave. It's a shame that you haven't heard of what a concussion is. And did you happen to say how close the next town would be? Nearest town over?
I had not mentioned it. No. Yeah, go ahead, Volney.
I would like Volney kind of looks up at Miss Ethel and kind of places a hand on Zan's shoulder and kind of gives her a wink and is gonna try to. Basically, she wants to try to make her she wants to try to persuade her to be friends.
Give me a persuasion check.
Magically.
Oh, magically. Ah, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, also Combination, if I can still roll that persuasion check
You
out.
cast frostbite.
Fireball on Miss Ethel.
No, hold on. Yeah, go ahead and give me a
Yeah,
persuasion
you'd
check.
be doing us an awful big favor, Miss Ethel, if you'd point us in the direction of the doctor. The ones
you
in
may,
that town were not.
You may roll with advantage, Volney.
Awesome. Cool. No doubt.
As
Okay.
you like kind of pat Zan on the shoulder and like sort of thread your fingers or your paw into the fur on his collar as you do it. What did you get?
15.
15. So 17. Not bad. I just really enjoy the fact that enhance ability has fur or feather from a beast as its material component, so we went with that.
I love that. That's so good.
So Miss Ethel stares at you. I don't know.
I put my ears like slump a little bit to make me look a little bit more like innocent.
Concussion sounds pretty serious, if I do say so. Maybe we should, seems like it's a little dangerous to be traveling at night. Why don't you go with Jeff to the barn? He can maybe check you out a little bit. Nice and quiet over there. Barely a soul ever heads over there.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Ethel.
That's mighty kind of you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Of course.
If there's any way we can help you out while we're here, please tell us. Please ask.
Oh yeah.
I'll consider it. We get a lot of troubles out here in the wilderness, you know. All sorts of unkind folk pestering and making all sorts of noise in the middle of the night. You hear
Yeah, not us.
Yep. No.
Kind of souls
Yeah.
you'll ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
quiet.
I don't remember
Wow,
doing
you guys
anything
are- you
wrong
guys
ever.
Wow, you guys are like really stupid. Like, okay, we read these out loud.
Everything that I have
Read
said
this
is true.
out loud.
Shut up.
I'm not gonna insult the lady's intelligence.
Shut
But
up.
acting
No,
like you
she's
didn't
on the
hear.
level. You don't understand.
I find that
At least the
very
second
kind
one.
of you, mister. What'd you say your name was?
Oh, that's rocks.
Oh, my
Robs.
name's John.
John. Alright.
Don't give your real name.
Well, Mr. John, listen, John boy, I think I think that I might appreciate you thinking so highly of an old croak like me. Why don't y'all just find your way over to the barn? Jeff?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, Mama. Why don't you go check on his why don't you go check on this fella? He seems like he got a hard head, but he might have hit something with it a little too hard. Sure thing, Mama. Okay. And he starts kicking the other direction to paddle across. You see, you have to go around the little pond to get to a barn. Yes, you have a hand up, or is that just a thought? Is that a thought hand
Yeah.
or a question hand?
It is a thought hand, but continue, and I'll interject here in a second.
You guys start walking around the way towards the barn. Jeff is dragging the little canoe up the shore of the pond, and then just kind of hops a little bit, stretches out, and starts trotting over to the barn. It's a long one-story building, couple of pens attached to it on the outside. You definitely hear as Jeff gets closer to the barn, you hear, "Oh, it's okay, it's all right." And you see a boar than what you would imagine a pig. It's a little less than a. It's not really a pink pig. It's a big speckled gray and black boar with tusks. Someone give me another way to make ham. Salt? No, Smokey. That's Smokey. Smokey's the mama. And Jeff's like, no, Smokey. And he's gray. It's perfect. There's Smokey. You got. No, sorry, that was that was the old croak. There's Smokey. How you doing?
Is the dad's name Hamlet?
I was gonna ask if the DM has a frog in their throat.
Yeah, right. Oh, we don't know who the daddy is. Some wild vagabond out in the grass. Good for her. Getting her groove back.
Strong, independent woman.
Yeah, she don't need no man. I respect that.
Same.
But so there's just other wild boars out here, is what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wild boars. I'm just real glad she didn't find a dire boar. Might have broken the barn. They like sifting through feed and stuff, but dire boar can insist upon themselves getting inside.
Okay, good to know.
I'm talking about the barn. Don't gotta go no gutters. And he gets inside the barn and he opens the door. Why don't y'all come inside? Which one of y'all got a what do you call it? A fun cushion?
A concussion, Jeff. Also, consider the name Truffle whenever there's a new litter.
Oh, I like that. That's real cute.
Yeah. You gonna look at my head?
Oh yeah. Come on over.
Yeah.
And he walks you over to like a workbench, where there are like gloves and a big leather apron and it looks like a little bit of knitting. These tiny little booties. Yeah, what's up, Volney?
Volney is actively looking to see if there's any other exits besides the front door.
Yes, there are a couple of doors that lead you out. Hello, Raiders. Welcome, Magic Fish Radio.
So, is it just you and Miss Ethel on the farm then?
Oh yeah, me and Mama. We've been here for a long time. Finally, I lost him. It's supposed to be Scooter from Borderlands, and I had lost the voice. I found it again.
So nice. Good.
Now you're a big fella, Mister. Mind you gotta lean down a little bit so I can take a look. All right, open your eyes.
Lean down yet.
Need you to open your eyes real wide, like. Just like a light in your eyes. It's just like, God. Oh, dang. You got weird eyes. As you all see his eyes go into slits as the light hits them. He's got very like vibrant amber colored eyes. Very wolf-like.
Oh.
Armadillos, London. A weredillo? Is that what we're calling him? So he looks at you and he's like, yeah, I don't know about no fun cushion. But I mean, it looks like you knocked your head real bad. You could have used a fun cushion. Or like a helmet. You ever walk around with a helmet? I had to do that when I was little. Real soft. I mean, half my head's eyeball. You gotta imagine I was pretty soft head as a kid.
Did they have like little cutouts for your eyes? Or...
Oh yeah. It It's actually like these 2 glass cereal bowls that Mama had, and she kind of like stuck them. I'm sorry, I fucking lost it. I can only hold my bullshit for so long. I just had the image in my head of her like just fixing them to the top of his head.
It's real soft.
Yeah. Well, on the plus side, made me real intimidating when I went under the water. Not that I needed them. And he blinks, and you see like an inner eyelid that's very clear.
Oh. They do separately.
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't know how to blink. He just winks. Yeah, what's up, Volney?
Volney is going to. I'm sorry for all the perception checks. Essentially,
no,
she's
go
gonna
for it.
take a little. She's gonna peek out the door again.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception. Give me a
Just
perception
to
check.
keep an eye on that main house and Miss Ethel.
Sure. That was very good.
15.
So 19. So you're looking around, Volney. You seem very adept at casing places. As you look out over the pond, and you see Miss Ethel scooting back to her. Oh, she's sitting back on her chair, kind of hanging out.
And if I look towards the town,
Enjoying the moonlight. You see that there is a few, you see like what appear to almost be like flashlight movement, but in town. No one has come out here yet.
we've got this many. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Just slowly shut the door.
I'd like, as you guys are just hanging out in the barn, Leo and Jean, I would like you both to give me investigation checks.
16.
16?
14.
14. So Leo, 16, 17, 18, and Jean is 19 total. So between the two of you, you can maybe start piecing together a little bit of what's happened in the last hour since this all happened. Zanraith, you have like lots of pockets to hide things, but that little box that you found, a little big to fit in your pockets. So you probably have to hold that if you're going to be walking around with it.
Yeah, I was going to be like, all right, well, thank you kindly, Jeff. If you got some other things to do around the barn, I think I'll be good. Thank you.
I do have a few more of these little guys to do. And he looks over at the booties. There's just a pile of them. They're approximately the size of a piglet's hoof.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you did those for all the piglets?
Oh yeah. Keep my hands spry.
Oh, bless your soul.
Okay.
With all sincerity, I understand I may have upset Miss Ethel, but I just want you to know that
Mama's
that
just
is the cutest little
crotchety.
thing. Oh,
It's fine.
Okay.
She's very aware of it about herself. Mama raised me to be plenty upfront about things. Like, I don't have a sense of sarcasm. And he stares at you for like a beat and then turns around towards the desk. This is an awkward guy.
I love him.
Jeff is amazing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, after Jeff kind of like gives me some time, I'm gonna look at this box and I'm just go.
For the purposes of the audience, Jeff is spelled G''EPH. And so Zan, you're looking at this box. I would say Leo and Jean also get a decent look at this thing. And you've got your 4 wanted posters. You have accurately assessed, you think, that you were involved in some sort of heist of some kind. But other than that, the details are not really apparent to you. You also, you see this box, and it's still got this little bursts of energy kind of coming off of them, off of the edges of it. But it appears to be some sort of white stone with maybe some fine metal mesh on it. It looks like if you ever see a wooden box that has like little metal brackets on the corners as like reinforcement and decoration, things like that. But it's that on the corners of the box, in almost like a shiny like platinum. And there is a jewel on the top of the box, like in a little decorative framing.
Hey, Volney, you're watching out, right?
Get head sticking out of the barn.
All right, Leo, John, I'm over here. Help me make what this thing is. You think this is what our score was?
In a bar?
In a vault?
That was in a bar.
Vault that was in a bar.
That is a little weird to have a vault in a bar.
Yeah, usually if you're gonna keep
fire.
One more time, Alora, what'd you say?
Oh, she just added on fire.
That's true. That's true.
But we hold on though. I mean, this could have been our score, yes, but also we were doing things before this. So like this wasn't our only heist.
Right. Maybe this is what has to do with our memories? You think this little thing made us very forgetful?
I mean, is it magical?
Give me an Arcana check. All you give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Including me or just
No, not you. You're paying attention.
15.
You're not cool enough.
7.
9.
You go knit booties with the frog then.
No. What'd you get, Liz?
9.
9s. Okay, so you got a 13, but Jean got a dirty 20. Jean, you see this thing, and 2 things are apparent to you. One, the box appears to have some sort of like almost like a spring-loaded mechanism. It's opened. Like it looks almost like it was a trap. The second thing you notice is that one, it appears to still be slightly active in terms of magical energy. And then I'm going to say between Leo and Jean's investigation checks that I had you roll earlier, you're pretty sure that, and not only that, but it also appears to have some sort of mechanism on it to attach, like it would have stuck to something like a vault door. You have a suspicion that this was almost like a countermeasure to someone opening the vault. Like an arcane equivalent of blue dye in a money bag.
Yeah, I don't think this was our prize. Think we just got caught red-handed.
So you think this was a trap and we just kind of still have it on us?
Yeah.
You think it
We
might
kind of just
be?
picked up a trap.
Is it already done? Is it giving off any? They aren't tracking this thing, are they?
I didn't roll high enough on my hurricane to know.
I will say, Jean, you probably rolled high enough. This appears to be like, it's still active in the sense like its effect seems to be still active. Someone could potentially search for this thing, but it seems far more likely that this was just designed to fuck with whoever tried to get into the vault. The assumption being that I would think you were too disoriented and confused to leave before the authorities got to the scene.
Well, I think this might be the thing that messed us up. If I'm going to be frank about it.
Who's Frank?
I thought your name was John.
Wow, you guys are dumb. Okay. Specifically talking to Leo at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be, like, I don't think anyone could track us. I think it was we weren't even supposed to get this far. Let's put it that way. Like that, I think that it was supposed to daze or confuse us.
Probably to stall us from leaving.
Mm-hmm.
But we're kind of idiots. So,
or very smart.
Yeah, we're very smart.
Can I remove the gem from the top?
Sure, you can give me a
Yo, Jeff, can I have a screwdriver?
Yeah, sure. Here you go. What kind do you need, actually? You need like a flat top? You need a
flat head if you got it.
Yeah, sure. I'll be honest, it's the only kind I got.
Thank you very much.
Because you can use it on both, you know.
Why did he even ask?
Yeah. Well, he wanted to tell him if he didn't have it. So, you get handed a screwdriver. I would like you to give me a weird roll. Just give me a d20. Because you're gonna do an Arcana with strength. It's gonna be interesting.
10.
10? That gives you 15. It's not bad. So, you start fiddling with this gemstone and, get around the edges, and you feels a little like it's gonna be kind of hard to do what you're like, to brute force it. Even though you feel like you got a real good leverage on it, there's just like, there's something holding it on. This does appear to be a magical object in that it is all one piece. Theoretically, you could try to, I don't know, undo that.
You want me to take a crack at it? I got these holds up.
I'm not so sure. Jeff's gonna be like, he's gonna just be like, okay. He's gonna, can I hold it like more?
Yeah, while I do it.
No, just I want to try something.
All right, should I take a step back?
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna take a step back.
I mean, last time we tried something like this, a desk exploded, so we might as well try something.
Boy, it made sense in my head.
He's just gonna shake it and starts whispering, "No more magic, no more magic, no more magic, no more."
Give me an Arcana check.
17.
17. So that gives you a 21. I think. Hold on, 17 plus 22. You get 22. you feel like the magic aura around this box is like a little too robust for for you personally, your abilities, but you try to you're just like, no more magic, no more magic, no more magic, and you get this feeling in your head of the box almost telling you, well, like, you can't take magic off of me, but like, this is why. And you start getting a sense of like what the box actually is. And you feel this intrinsic, well, first and foremost, you feel an intrinsic connection because it's magic, but also because it's made of stone. It is like a marble. And when you do that, you have you all see Jean's skin, the cracks in his skin start lighting up, but rather than that orangey fire glow, it starts glowing in this almost off-white, this very dramatic, pale light, including his eyes. His eyes actually start like glowing over. And Jean, you get a sudden flash of power coming from this box. It is so old. The stone in this box is ancient. It's primal. It feels like it is from the core of existence, like deep within the earth, the oldest stone that exists. And you feel like there is thought within this box. There's like intelligence or sentience within this thing.
Hello, box?
Amazing. I'll keep riffing off of the 22 that you rolled. You sort of reach out to, do you verbally reach out to it or just mentally reach out to it? So do you.
He doesn't want to look stupid, so he'd probably mentally do it.
Looks
Like, he's been calling
everybody.
them dumb. He's been calling them dumb for like an entire day at this point.
Listen, you called Volney an arsonist, and then you turned out to be the arsonist. You call everybody dumb, you gotta be careful. Karma. You sort of reach out mentally to this material the stone is made of, and it seems like it almost reaches back out to you. You feel a shiver down your spine, and all of you see a weird ripple in the light coursing through Jean's skin. And Jean, you get a sudden flash of images. You see dust and some sort of bird-like creatures rushing through a deserty landscape beneath you. It looks like you're on in the front seat of a stagecoach. And you hear someone howling in laughter as you're rushing through the desert on this thing. You glance sort of instinctively over at the sound, and you see Volney smacking the side of the stagecoach with this big grin on her face. And like somehow smacking the stagecoach is gonna make the birds go faster. Very, very typical Volney. Which is such a weird thought. And then you blink and the box is in your hands and you're in the room, in the barn. It's a really weird thing.
How big is this box compared to me? Like, okay.
The glowing subsides, and the sort of crackling of energy starts getting a little closer to the gem, and the gem is glowing a little brighter.
Take a step forward. John, you good?
What did you do?
You're like the most accusatory person here. Like, honestly, you pulled a gun on the first person you met. The second person...
it started glowing. I'm concerned. There was a fire that started earlier, so I'm concerned.
Jean, Leo is always a goddamn shoot first, ask questions later kind of person. It's so irritating that they're still like this. Apparently that's just apparently that's just like in their DNA. Doesn't matter if they remember shit.
He hands the box to Leo. Just hold it. I promise it probably won't explode.
What do you mean,
It's like
probably?
You're fine.
Boy.
You understand combustion. You should be fine. I then
This is not the same thing.
I then look at totally forget. What's
Who are you
that
asking about?
name?
Zanray.
Zan.
Or Zan.
Zan Ray. Yeah.
Looks at Zan and is like, this is gonna be really freaking weird for a second, but I just gotta know. And he starts tickling him.
Lower.
I'm gonna
You gotta get under the scales.
I'm gonna ask a question, and it's gonna the traditional question. With what intent, Rucker?
I just want to get him to laugh.
Oh. Yeah, sure. You go to tickle him, and there is a moment where you go, oh yeah, right above his hip. You know exactly where to like make him flinch. And you just go right for that spot. And you're just like, holy fucking shit. You just kind of buckle over at it.
Whew. John, whew. Dinner.
You have gotten him to buckle so many times when you guys have gotten into a bit of a rough house. It's so easy. It's so easy to fuck him up if you can hit that spot. He started wearing armor there specifically because you started doing that to him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just needed to know. Yeah. I'm assuming we know each other. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. I just had like weird ass flashback with, little Volney.
What?
You do distinctly know that calling her Vol really pisses her off. She's a fucking rabbit.
Vol, what you see?
What the fuck did he just call you? The hand lowers.
You want to lose some fucking teeth?
She did get pissed. She does know me. And he runs over there and just like starts throwing her in the air, like all excited.
Oh yeah, you can just like. Sorry. You
Leo
know,
was very concerned.
I need to clarify something. I forgot that I had checked a box on Volney's character sheet. Volney, you are in fact a small creature. I forgot. So you're a little bunny.
I figured. As she's like,
you, like,
as she's
so
coming
sorry. I'll
down,
put you down
she's
in a
gonna
second.
try to. No, as she's coming down, like from being thrown up, she's gonna try to like hit him with her feet.
Oh yeah, yeah, bonk.
Don't fucking call me that.
Don't
It's
call
two
you what?
syllables.
Don't call you what?
You don't even want to say the word.
What aren't you?
She's gonna try to shove him.
Okay,
I'm just
give me
holding.
a-
I'm holding her out, like away from me.
like under the arms.
Yes.
Give me a.
Kick him.
Yeah, give me an unarmed attack. But give me a d20.
15. Apparently, that's all this dice can roll.
9s and 15s.
15. Oh, it's almost like somebody has an 11 armor class. As you kick him in the face, you get just close enough with your big foot. Who'd have known?
Somehow that's familiar too.
Yup. Leo, while
Here,
you're
get
holding
over.
They're
Go ahead.
having this argument in the corner. Leo, you're holding in the box. I would like you to give me an Arcana check. So please give me a d20.
15.
15.
Which is
With
a...
a 4, it's a 19. My goodness. You are studying this box. Jean seemed to have a very intense reaction to it. And as you sort of check it over, look around it, it appears to have some celestial written on it. Which actually,
Do I know how to read that?
yes, you do. Just double checking something. Oh no. It's not written in Celestial. It's written in some weird fucking language, actually, but you do read it. You can read it. It's almost a poem. The runes on the outside talk about how when we sleep, our waking mind goes into dream. And this box is apparently connected to dream somehow. And as you sort of intrinsically think about that idea, you have a weird flutter of memory. You most recently, you do remember taking a set of keys and a badge off of a sleeping deputy. Just kind of slipping them off. And they are deep in slumber, very, very incapable of waking up, almost involuntarily sleeping. Actually, let me double check who has that. I want to make sure I'm giving the correct credit where credit is due. I believe that would be Yes. Jean. Jean likes fire and loud, ostentatious displays of power. It almost feels like when he slings fire around, it's coming out of it's like coming out from underneath him. Claims he's an Earth Genasi. You're pretty sure he's got a little volcano somewhere in the family tree. But he does have his moments of subtlety. And when he knocked out this poor deputy, just send him off into dreamland. And as you grab the badge and you grab the keys off of him, you kind of glance at him and you almost envy him. You've never dreamed before. And your dreams are physical and made of metal. You have external expressions of your flights of fancy. And taking that badge definitely is what got you into trouble in the first place. And then you kind of flash back into the barn. Weird feeling being in your body, but not in your, like, in the immediate moment.
You don't fucking put me down, you stupid big hunk of stone.
This is...
You tiny ball of lint, stop struggling.
What did you
I'll put you down.
Leo?
Ask nicely.
Leo, this is like the 50th time you've had to play mediator here. These two need to chill the fuck out. They do not... They're like oil and water if you set it on fire.
He's gonna kind of unconsciously just hand the box over to Zayed and like immediately go to mediate. All right, put her the fuck down. Stop. Stop. And yeah,
I'll light you on fire. Fuck.
I'm the one who's...
See how you like it for a change, apparently, you stupid.
And he just literally gets in between them and goes, stop.
Give me a persuasion check, Leo. Okay. You're hugging them? Oh
because
God.
if they're between me, it's
sure.
like...
Sure.
5.
A 5.
Yeah.
You... Oh
love
no.
me.
Oh no, my charm down.
So, okay, so here's the deal, Leo. You think of yourself, you instinctively try to break it up, but like, you're armed to the teeth with guns. There's like kind of a intrinsic intimidation to you, but not in like the best way. What did you roll again?
5.
So with your 2, Jean just hugs you. It's the exact opposite effect. You're now wrapped in this entanglement, and then there's a moment of, oh yeah, this is why I keep being told not to try to break things up. He doesn't listen to me.
He's gonna, with the butt of my gun, like kind of shove him off of me.
Okay, I'll let you both go. Can I put you down and not drop you? Volney, I'm sorry. And he just like gently puts her down instead of dropping her. And he takes a step back with his hands up and he's just like, I just needed to check some things. I'm very sorry.
Just needed to check if I could drive you into a homicidal rage.
It worked, didn't it?
Next time, before you just pick me up, alright, please? I don't think that's too much to ask.
You're right. I'll think about it in the future.
Good. Do it in the future. Don't think about it.
I was about to say, I will consider it in the future.
If I need to throw you up high...
She's gonna walk past, she just stops listening, walks past him, and goes back to the door just to double check to make sure nothing's gotten closer.
You glance out, and there is a giant snout near the door. As Smokey appears to have shoved her face near, like, there's a fence between you two, but she's right next to the door entrance.
Give her a little
Hi.
kiss.
Ain't that cute?
Why don't you do it?
Beneath her, you hear. There's like little tiny ones, which apparently inexplicably have little knit booties on their hooves that are covered in mud. You don't know why. He's wearing them.
All right. She's gonna push the door open a little bit and like try to look out to check on the lights.
Give me a perception check. And Zan, I would like you to give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, that was not that good. 6. I think it's a 10 in total.
Yeah, 10 total. Okay. What'd you get, Zan?
And 17.
17 for a grand total of 17. Amazing. So yeah, you pick it up. You have at this point seen 2 of your criminal bedfellows here touch the box and have some sort of epiphany. And you hold on to this thing, and as the light at the gem starts glowing a little brighter, you get this little jolt of almost like a fight or flight, like a panic response, as you, in your mind's eye, sort of see the moment you cracked the safe open, and then you heard a and then everything went white. You should have looked harder. You missed it. There was firefighting going on. There was a gunfight going on out in the main room, and you flinched a little, and you missed what must have been there. You didn't see it fast enough, and there is a little stoking of anger at yourself for that. You're much more careful than that. People don't give you a lot of credit for how careful you are. They see the armor, they see the burliness, and they assume you're just a hired thug. They don't consider how meticulous you are at your job. And you had one job. You do remember the second to last thing that happened before you went for the safe. That you were going, you guys were heading inside, and there were a couple, you guys didn't see the front of the outside the bar, but here you have an image of it. You are next to a table near the front of the bar, and Leo has his rifle out, and instinct, absolutely no thought behind it, you duck down to one knee so that Leo can steady his rifle as he goes down the barrel and shoots out and hits a hired, like a hired Pinkerton, like a hired cop, all the way down the street, like 150 paces away, 200 paces away. And you get this like pat on the back of your head after it goes off. And you know instinctively you're like, oh, yep, he got it. And you bust up and you head towards the vault. There's a synergy between you that speaks to the fact that you all have been working together for a while. It's very seamless the way you all work. Very well-oiled machine. They're your partners. They're your friends. You guys get into a little bit of scraps, and you pick your battles though. This is guy who owns that bar, kind of a piece of shit. You were hoping to honestly bust up the monopoly he seems to have on several towns in this region. Owns a ton of businesses, and just all the rents in this area are insanely high. People can barely afford to live in these towns right now because this guy's just Circos is his name. Some Air Genasi guy, Farad Circos. And yeah, he's a piece of shit. And then after you get up from the fire over your shoulder, you get up, you make your way over to the safe. Things go a little bit in fast motion after that. You're moving, you're dealing with the locks. There's multiple mechanisms on the vault. It's not that hard for you. You can do this in your sleep usually. And you missed something. You open the vault, you hear a click, and a of white. And you're back in the barn. I'm pretty sure nobody else knows about, like, how this went off, but they're putting two and two together about what it was. So it's up to you if you think that Zan would be self-conscious about that. But it seems like they know. Every single one of them have fucked up at some point on the job. You were due, if you're gonna be generous to yourself.
Yeah.
Hi, Raven. Welcome, Raiders.
Walk over to Leo. Hey. Hold up the box. This one's on me. You know how I am. I care so much about y'all. I don't want anything to happen, and this is on me. I missed something. But now I remember, and we just need Volney to focus on this, because if I'm in my right mind, this is what took it, and this is what's gonna give it back. Volney, can you hold out your hands?
The gem's pretty bright at this point.
I'm just gonna be honest, you'll sound pretty batshit crazy.
Yeah, but you stuck with us this long. There's something to it.
Much of a choice.
I mean, our first assumption wasn't to light a desk on fire either.
Your first assumption was to pick me the fuck up, so you don't get to say anything.
My first assumption was camaraderie with us.
Hold the box. I will keep a lookout.
If only you pick up the box. Give me an Arcana check.
4.
4. Okay. It's a 6.
Awesome.
You are holding this box, and what the fuck are they talking about? It's a box. Like,
I know you are all are trying to think out of the box, but like this isn't working.
the box.
So
Yeah. Zane's gonna get down on one knee right behind Leo, basically mimicking what he had seen, and looks Volney in the eyes and just goes, "Come on now, you gotta focus. Really feel the need to remember. 'Cause I remember you. I want you to remember us. Come on, you got this."
my heart, god damn it.
Somehow I don't remember him as sweet as he is here, but like I like this.
Okay. Give me
You see why I
another.
took you now? Like it's not like I was trying to be creepy.
Can you shut up for 2 seconds? Fuck.
Let her focus.
Go ahead and give me another Arcana check with advantage.
All have you done is you falsely accused me of being an arsonist and then picked me up and she's just like going off. That's a 7. So 9.
7, so 9.
We're
Was that with
slowly
advantage?
creeping up there.
That was with
Oh,
advantage.
do I have advantage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
advantage.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
It's okay. You're fine.
Yeah, that's with advantage.
Okay. No, that's fine. You're having trouble with this, like, sort of turning over the concept, getting the gears to start working. And Zan is like right in front of you, and he's being so ridiculously sweet. And there's like something in the back of your mind that's just like, oh, he's like, and you have this sudden rush of familiarity, like, oh, he's basically just acting like a big brother. You know, I mean, you got 17 of them, but you can have 18, that's fine. And you don't have that flush of magic that they do, but you do get this feeling of how much Zan seems to try to reach out to you, that it matters to him, and that's kind of nice. You have family means a lot to you. You got a big one. And having these 4 has been like having a family away from family. The Dust Up is a big place, and you have lived your whole life out here, and the last couple years with these folks have been like the most fucking exciting you can think of. It's been nonstop. I mean, that's how you like it. It's excitement. It's something new every day. It's new problems to kind of figure out. It's getting into trouble. But there is also something really relaxing and calming about having this camaraderie. And yeah, Zan's probably a big part of that. Weirdly soft center for how hard he is on the outside. And You heard him say that this might have been his fault. He needs to give himself a little bit of... He needs to be gentler on himself. You've told him that before. You do anything?
She looks up at Zan and just kind of I will try again for a year. Glances at John. Glances back to Zan. And you alone. And she'll try take another look at the box.
Okay. Give me one more with advantage.
Natural one. No, I'm joking. I haven't rolled yet.
You'll never have your
natural 20.
Hey, fuck yeah. You and Zan have a bond. You're both creatures of the desert. Well, this idea of course he's the one that caused this. He was the first one you met of the motley crew of all of you. From closer around your neck of the, not the woods, but the dust up. You love this place, this land, I suppose. It is, you have nothing but this intrinsic devotion to the grasslands. It's, well, specifically the desert, but it's got its share of problems. It's hard living. And anyone who makes an effort to actually like live out here inevitably runs into hard times or runs into people that are taking advantage. And yeah, you all cause your share of scuffles and mayhem, but you try to only do it to people who deserve it. Ethel and Jeff are the kinds of people that you do these sort of things for. You've got a whole bunch of people in this region that they do favors for you. You make do. You are constantly on the move, but what other life is there? You wouldn't ask for anything else. Yeah. Jean is a pain in the ass. But boy, do you want him at your back when things get squirrely. And he and Leo are the brains of the operation. But you and Zan are the heart. You have they have the how, but you both have the why you do it. Stick it to the man a little bit. Have fun. Make your fortune with adventure and, like I said, a little bit of mayhem. It's a rough and tumble little family you guys have, but still family. And you should know you're very well-versed in family. You have 17 brothers and 12 sisters. Two dads. You're just... and a mom.
It's 33 of us.
Yeah, it's a lot. And you sort of, your big, like, memory that you get is surprisingly not part of the heist. It's the night before the heist. Out in the grass. Stars. 2 moons.
2 moons.
And you just hear the breeze going through the tall grass. And you feel the dust under your paws. Your feet, you're kind of like rocking back and forth a little bit. You just kind of want to run. But it's perfect. There's that anticipation, that excitement. Another job, another adventure. And the box stops glowing. There's a little tension in the lid. It loosens and just kind of disengages.
She takes a step forward and puts her arms around Zan and gives him a very big hug.
He's very big. You can kind of get your arms
A
around
small
him
hug.
a little bit.
A small hug from her.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
Just
I'm
raps.
all in my mind.
And you remember him getting the fur around his neck. You helped kill that fucking wolf that he put on his neck. You suggested he wear it.
Sounds like something I do.
Just so you show all the other wolves to wash themselves.
I'm so glad. The last thing I wanted from one of my fuck ups is to lose one of the family.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
I'm not going anywhere.
Happy to have you back.
And around this time, you hear a of some sort of motor near the barn. I
was
Jeff,
watching out.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Okay.
You see a little like horseless wagon from the side of the farmhouse drive up towards the barn, and Jeff is just like, oh, okay. He just like hops out and opens the door, and you see little Miss Ethel driving this thing towards the barn and is like, "Seems to me that if your canned Cushon is doing okay, maybe y'all ought to check out the next town over. A little less
Yes, Miss
noisy
Ethel.
this time of night."
I think we greatly appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she hops out of the car. A little sprier than you would have expected, a lady who seemed to be leaning very heavily on that stick.
Perhaps.
And Ethel readjusts her very fine hat and tosses the keys to Leo. And says, Now I don't have much use for a jalopy like this. It's not really my speed, if you understand. So I'm sure a pack of young whippersnappers like you get much more use out of it than I would. And I can't drive, so
You get to hear Grandma.
yeah, I wouldn't trust Jeff driving. He's terribly nearsighted.
Well,
Can't really make
sorry.
glasses that size. You understand?
Oh.
yeah. Well, thank you so much, Miss Ethel. We'll take good care of it.
Do what you gotta do.
Well, I do believe that we better better mosey on then. Miss Ethel, thank you so much. You and Jeff take care.
We always do. We get by. And Ethel walks over and starts looking over all the little booties that Jeff was knitting, going, "Oh, your stitch is getting better here, Jeff. Thanks, Mama." And you all peel out. Few moments, probably about 10-15 minutes of drive. Two things happen. One, Jean, you've got those papers that you took from the vault, distinctly with the name Farad Serkos written on them. They appear to be the deed to several of his businesses. The second thing that happens is, Volney, you feel a little nudge against your shoulder, and there is a small boar with little booties. You didn't hear him because it made him quiet on the back of the truck. Just a little one, like a baby.
Oh my God, is that
Baby
Applewood?
one. That's definitely, it's Applewood. As you all drive off, kicking up dust, heading towards the next town where, well, I guess cause a little more mayhem.
For good measure, Vol slaps the wag.
Yeah! Leo's like, there is a limit to how fast this thing can go. It is mechanically determined.
I am driving as fast as I can.
When John sees the slapping, he's like, "And do I remember?"
And the dust kicks up, and that's where we'll end.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
That was beautiful.
Great.
Tabula Raksasha, without exception, turns into the most sentimental fucking games I play. Like, it's so soft, and that was so good. I have nothing else to add other than that was really, really good. This was session 1 of a continuing series of one-shots that we're going to be running. I'm sure several of these players will find their way back to the table. And if you are interested in guesting on an episode of Tabula Raksasha, please come join us on Discord. You can send me a DM after you join and let me know that you're interested in jumping into the game. We would love to have more people enjoy this very bizarre version of the game, of D&D rather. And let me see what else. Oh, might as well. This is, as I said, the first session, so we're gonna try to figure out some other mechanics, some ways to keep. I mean, I'm sure we had a lot of people stay when they raided, so welcome raiders. Was D&D for Awesome, Magic Fish Radio, and Raven. Thank you so much to all of you for joining, and those of you who are staying, welcome. We are going to be working on some mechanics that'll let you guys interact more with the game. I want to come up with some fancy ways for you guys to make guesses, which this is what we end the game with, at least for now. I would like you each to at least confirm or make a guess about what you think you are. Ancestry, class, and subclass. I'd be very curious to see. We're not always going to get as much detail as I want to give you those clues, but I will try my best every session to do so. Let's start from left to right. We'll go Laura. What do you think Volney is? You know definitively a few things. Yes,
Yeah, she's
Heron
She's a
God.
Heron.
What do you think she
what
is?
was the next part?
Class and
Class-wise?
subclass. Class and subclass.
God, I have truthfully, I have no idea. I wrote down a bunch of different stuff, but I think maybe druid.
Circle of the Land, desert. Yes.
Really? Okay. All
She's a
right.
druid. That's where you
God.
get blur.
I was like, I didn't know what the subclass was, but you said I think what tipped it.
Grassland or desert. I think she's somewhere in the middle.
What tipped it off for me slightly was enhanceability, which I know a lot of other classes get, but I'm currently playing a druid in one of our campaigns.
Yeah.
And I use that often.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe.
Volney is a Herongon druid, Circle of the Land, specifically the desert. That's where you got the blur spell from as well, that you cast inadvertently when you were running away.
Yeah.
You also cast Create Bonfire.
Yep.
And Enhanceability. Those were the ones that you ended up using. And your background was plaintiff. You have a considerable. It was actually kind of funny. Multiple of you had legal background, or like legal stuff in your background. One side of the desk or the other.
Esquire.
Liz, I'm very curious. Yours were subtle, but I think Alora caught it. But what do you think Leo is, Liz?
I caught on pretty early. I don't know. I write notes a lot for sessions, so I'm like,
Sure.
yes, I know.
Yeah, go for it.
But elf, fighter, gunslinger.
Gunslinger is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. You appear elvish, but you are not technically elvish. I believe Alora's gonna know what you are. What was your
Kalishtar?
correct?
A what?
A Kalishtar. If anyone doesn't know, a
okay.
Kalishtar is from the Eberron campaign series or campaign setting, and a Kalishtar is like an. It depends on where you go. Sometimes they're human based, sometimes they're elven based. But the main goal, the main idea is you share a body with a being from the realm of dreams, and because of that, they are basically a fugitive, and you're hiding from something called the Quarry, which is a language you know, that are like evil dream creatures. So you do not dream. That is a thing that you intrinsically cannot do. So yeah, you're a Kalishtar gunslinger. Let's go to Skylar. What do you think Zanwraith was?
So, shifter, rogue, but I am blanking on the subclass, except mastermind keeps popping into my mind, and I haven't played a whole lot of rogues, so
That's okay.
subclasses are
You're a thief.
thief, burglary. Okay, yeah.
And technically the type of shifter you are is a where are you? Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet. That would make that hard to do. You are technically a beast hide shifter. So you get a bonus, you get 1d6 extra temporary hit points when you are shifted into more animal form, and you get a +1 to your armor class. So you have a little bit of extra physical protection, hence the armadillo scales. And Rucker, what about Naljan? What do you think? Based on flavor that I threw at you.
So, I'm assuming he's more Earth Genasi, but I feel like Lava Genasi felt right.
Earth Genasi technically, but I did kind of
yeah.
shift into Lava Genasi when I realized what your class was.
Is he an evocation wizard?
Yes, he is an evocation wizard.
Hey,
Good job.
Good job.
I was like, I couldn't figure out where the fire was coming from, and then he said he was an arsonist, and I thought, well, I've played an arsonist evocation wizard.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. So, and just as one little last thing, Zanwraith, your background is postman. You
Yeah!
carrier. That's a custom background that Alora came up with for Gentle D&D. So, yeah, you're a world traveler and deliverer of news and objects, which works so well for a thief, I do say.
Oh, yeah.
Then
We're continuing the tradition of being a male thief. I love it.
yeah, Narjan, you were a criminal. Just keep going with the arsonist. And Leo, your background was sage, a researcher. One presumes that that's how you figured out how to make guns, and probably something akin to understanding the nature of what you are and your relationship to the dream spirit that's in you. So fascinating characters. You all did so beautifully. Like, I adore them. I love walking away from a one-shot wanting more. You know, it's like the best. So that is, I think, all the information that I had. Y'all did really, really kick ass. Just as a quick review, Leo, I love, thank you to Matthew for the tip or the donation that gave Leo the name of their gun, Requiem, which I very much enjoyed. And let's see, we also had a tip from
Couple.
tip history, yeah. We had one from, yeah, Matthew gave us tip for Liz. Mouse, thank you so much for giving Skylar the info about being a thief with the thieves tools. That was the clue. Mo Zigley, thank you for the tip that gave I was giving Volney the being a legal background where you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can get my bail to be low if I just don't associate with them. And then Matthew, again, thank you so much or not Matt. Yeah, Matthew, you gave us another info about Skylar, which I don't remember if I did. I did one for I was sort of peppered in more for Jean than for Zanraith, but let me see if I have anything for Zanraith.
Crowbar, Wit's End.
The crowbar, yeah, Wit's End was definitely
That was very good.
definitely a good one. So yeah, we have what we're gonna do. I don't think it ended up coming on to the chat, but if any of you decide you want to join us on Discord, I will post the art and the artists that inspired the looks for each of the characters that I had. I just kind of did a quick cursory Google search, but I'm going to be making them in Hero Forge because I want to make this. It's like my little gift for you guys taking a little time because I love Hero Forge and I'm excited. We'll see. I can make a bunny. No, it's possible. I forgot. I can make a bunny. And as a final little, so you know, in Hero Forge, I may or may not do something fun. Like if we might start letting the chat make guesses as well, and if you get something right, we might have a prize. I was thinking of like a Hero Forge gift card or something you could get for getting it completely right. You got to get the ancestry and the class and the subclass right to get it, so it might not be every week that somebody gets it. Yeah, so I'll be making them in Hero Forge, and you can find those on the Discord. We'll be putting those together. Anyway, obviously this was a little bit of a long rundown, but it was the first session. We're gonna figure stuff out, and if you have any suggestions or anything fun that would be like a neat mechanic or something to incorporate into the game, please let me know. I want ideas. This is very much a like fly by the seat of our pants in many respects sort of game. So I'm always happy to get feedback or ideas from everybody. We will also be opening up the floor to pitching me classes and ancestry concepts, so you can throw me ideas or scenarios for how to have them wake up. I will be honest, the waking up in the middle of a Western bar in the middle of a heist wasn't even on my list, and I just decided it after you guys got all these criminal backgrounds.
Wake up in a tavern.
Yep.
Yeah,
One
wake
of you
up
in
in
a
a
vault.
tavern.
You wake up in a
Yeah.
vault. So that is everything we've got for you tonight. Thank you so much to my players. You guys were amazing.
It was really fun.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very glad to hear that. You can find them at their Twitter accounts on screen. I'll also give them a little shout out on Twitter. So you can find them if you want to follow them, because they're pretty cool people. And I guess we'll see you guys next week. Same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I mean, we'll see you all, but we won't remember anything. You all have a wonderful night and great rest of your week. We will see you very soon, and please do us all a favor and be good to each other. All right. Good night, everybody. And one more time, we're going to check out that intro because I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.